This is another tip that I use. Might come in helpful. When I do these mixes, I keep track with symbols. So I know these three dots, larger one in the middle, is my 50% buff, 50% flat earth. Then when I go through one of the bottles, here are 2 bottles of flat earth I just used to make more of the mix. There's always stuff in the bottom no matter how good you mix it. I don't want to go that 2 ways. So if it's one of my weathering palette colors, and those are buff, flat earth, khaki, and white. But white I usually wouldn't do it. But if it's khaki, buff, or flat earth, I go to my jar that I use to weather the uniforms, boots, anything. It's like my dirty wash. I have this bottle and it has a good 2 inches of pigment on the bottom. Haven't used it in a couple of days, so there's a lot of the nature alcohol on top. What I do is I take some of the solvent and grind up the pigment from the bottle I just used and add it on, and you can do that process again. When I use that dirty wash, you know, depending how much of the pigment at the bottom of the bottle you disturb, you're gonna get a heavier application. And then once I have that bottle clean, I probably keep it around just in case I need it for another mix. Doesn't have to be perfectly clean, but that's good enough. So that's what I do with my weathering palette. That's how I add paint pigment to my jar. And if I were going to be using this jar to apply on uniforms, the helmet covers, whatever, I would tighten the lid well, and then I just give it a couple of shakes, and that creates, and the more I shake it, the more heavy the application would be. And then if I use the brush and I go down there to the pigment, then it's going to be really heavy. And that color is the color that I end up using on the final touches of my vehicles, is those 4 colors. Using the white to lighten, but use the flat earth, the buff, and the khaki. And what I do is I have special bottles with that L, and those are the ones I use for the dry brushing on the end, and I just keep filling them up. I change the bottle once in a while, but these are, I don't mind if a little khaki ends up with the flat earth, because at the end of the day I mix them in the paper towel before applying them on the vehicle. I'll probably do another tutorial of that some other time.